Okay, would you tell us about the farm?
Sure. Well, there's a song on this album, Kid on the Farm, which is sort of a remembrance of the time that I spent with my grandfather, who was a farmer, on his farm near Waterloo, Iowa, when I was a kid. And, I grew up in the suburbs, of Chicago, but my mom was an Iowa farm kid, so that was an important formative place for me as a child. And I'd like to go out there in the summertime and during the harvest and stuff and ride along in the tractors and get this education that was all kinds of politically incorrect, and just it was such a departure. It always felt like a sense of adventure when I would go out there and spend time with my grandpa and those other farmers out there. Sense of adventure and a sense of purpose. And so they used to try to get me. I'd go ride along. I'd bring a blanket and a pillow in the tractor when I was a real little kid, and just take naps when, if there was 12, 14-hour days during planting or harvest, and I'd just sleep. And they'd try to get me in because they wouldn't stop for meals or anything, in the fevered pitch of harvest. They wouldn't shut everything down and go into the house and eat like at noon. So then early in the evening, they would try to coax me out, so I could go to the house and eat a square meal and have a little break. But I wouldn't. I was just next to by my grandfather's side for the duration of the day. And so we had a unique bond. We actually shared a birthday, May 10th. So we celebrated our birthdays together and stuff. And something that I just picked up as a kid and never really looked back. And so, now it's interesting to think of it, because the farm is long gone. It's still in the family, but I never go out there. It's not what it was. It was a formative sanctuary to me, and so it's long gone. But in college and still today, I go out to. There's another farm that relatives of mine have, and I still go out and work on it.
Do you bring your blanket and pillow?
No. Well, I could though now, because the tractors are all steered by satellite GPS, auto steer. So
you're in the driver's seat.
I'm in the driver's seat. I'm on the payroll.
It'd be dangerous.
Yeah. And so, and at various times, really throughout my adult life, I've spent a lot of time working on this other farm that relatives in the family have, and so it's cool to have that connection to it still.
All my days were big and new and charmed, and they were simple good times as a kid on the farm. My grandfather taught me the story of how we got here from Spookin' Dyke Hill. All it took was his crazy uncle winning at poker and saying 400 acres ought to fit the bill. Approaching from Washburn Road, big silo was the first thing that you'd see. Soon the farm was in view, they were waving at you. It always felt like coming home to me. From the time I was 4, I was glued to his side. A love of the land will not be denied. And we'd hit the fields with lunch in a pail, bed of linens in tow, or I'd sleep a while on the long days, or sit on his lap and he'd let me steer down the rows. Approaching from Washburn Road, the big silo was the first thing that you'd see. Soon the farm was in view, they were waving at you. It always felt like coming home to me. Was a young man setting out to make my rounds when he and my grandma left the farm and moved into town. My last night there I realized the tender age had come to an end. Well, we buried him this summer, but what a privilege for a boy to have known such a man among men. Approaching from Washburn Road, the big silo was the first thing that you'd see. Soon the farm was in view, they were waving at you. It always felt like coming home to me. Oh, it always felt like coming home to me.